Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It's Sunday, May 28th. Had some colorful comments in the comments section. I guess putting up a video about if Joe Biden's reelected triggers some of the MAGA crowd, even though there's PSAs. Whatever, they were allowed their opinion. What they aren't allowed to do is call me stupid on my own channel. You get booted for that. You're also not allowed to come in and repeat a bunch of QAnon stuff and just lay down accusations left, right, and center without providing evidence to back up your opinion. Just because you have a computer and a keyboard and opinion doesn't mean that I have to keep it on my channel. This card tried to flip up. Now, we work together on this one. And if you want to disagree with me, that's fine. There's people that disagree with me, and I keep their comments up there because that's part of the discourse. But you start spouting crazy stuff, you're gone. It's just the way it is. I block you first, and then I remove your comment so you can't retaliate. Okay, so. But one of the things that came up was somebody was saying that they didn't want Biden reelected and let's go Brandon. Guys, we know the origin of Let's Go Brandon. It's not like a secret anymore, I don't understand why the party that doesn't care about your feelings can't say the word F Joe Biden or the phrase F Joe Biden. Why can't you say the F word, huh? Is it just not seemly? Are you suddenly concerned about appearances? Okay. But then there's Dark Brandon. Out of Let's Go Brandon comes Dark Brandon. The Democrat, liberal, progressive answer to Let's go Brandon. So I want to throw on the spiritual meaning of Dark Brandon because I don't think I've seen anybody throw on this one. So Spirit, what can you tell me about this the spiritual energy behind Dark Brandon? I'm curious. What's the message behind Dark Brandon? For entertainment purposes only? It's kind of a blind reading, so hopefully we'll be entertained. It's about heartbreak and betrayal. Let's Go Brandon. That's about heartbreak and betrayal and leaving. Okay, so what we've got here is we have a new president of the United States. He seems to be an empathetic, kind person. That doesn't mean every decision he's ever made has been empathetic or kind. He's made decisions that have really hurt people. It's part of being a politician. But I think generally speaking, as a person, his heart's in the right place. And there are a group of people that will just rip this guy for no good reason other than they've been told he's on the wrong team. And crossing that is them feeling abandoned and wanting to leave the process. This could also be the loss of dear leader, and they're feeling abandoned and leaving the process. So they start lashing out. And now, am I going to get why we get Let's Go Brandon? Am I going to get what Dark Brandon is about? If I was going to say this is crossing, this is watching people emotionally leave the scene. And Dark Brandon is kind of it's almost like jerking their chain a little bit. I need to keep throwing cards on this one to figure out what's going on with this. Okay, in the past we have the Star card, Joe Biden being elected and representing kind of what's some of the good things that are about the United States, about caring for everybody and about, the calm after the storm. Donald Trump was a storm and Biden was the calm after the storm. And then what do we get? And then we get the Six of Coins. He's been looking out for the little guy and he's been trying to come up with programs to help the little guy. Right now, the little guy is getting crumbs. He wants to give more, but he's stymied by the GOP because the GOP keeps blocking the bigger initiatives. And sometimes it's the own Democrats, Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, that block what could be really helpful things to the general populace. Overarching is the world, bringing something full cycle, coming to the end of a path or a destiny, as it were. The lesson to be learned is going from the turmoil to calmer waters. And it's going to be relentless. It's going to be happening. And underneath is strength. Okay, so I was asking about what does this all mean for Let's Go Brandon and the response, which is going to be Dark Brandon. Dark Brandon is the result of the betrayal. For somebody who seems to be an empathetic, kind person, there's been an absolute betrayal and just disrespectful treatment of him. And, this is kind of the, if you're going to be disrespectful, you can leave. Before, people could just, be quiet and walk away, but people don't want to be quiet and walk away anymore. And this could very well be the Democrats tired of just turning the other cheek and taking one for the team. They're afraid of insulting or hurting somebody's feelings. This is kind of an alter ego, as it were, that allows them to emotionally attack back without being necessarily a real person or a real attack. Dark Brandon doesn't exist. It's a meme. But it's a concept. And it's something that the Democrats are starting to learn. In the past, again, Joe Biden got elected. And it's the calm after the storm. And it's the trying to reintegrate and unify people. That's what, that's what Joe Biden was trying to do. And he has been somewhat successful in doing that. But it's pennies on the dollar. Because he's being stopped. Again, we've got the full, the full destiny, the end of the destiny road here. Things are calming down, and things are going forward. And underneath it all is the strength. It's having the strength to persevere, even when people are mocking you and heckling you and providing roadblocks. Okay, so I don't know really if it told me a whole lot about Dark Brandon, but it sure told me a whole lot about Joe Biden and his administration. So, half win? I want to know about Dark Brandon. Okay, thank you. As I mentioned in my previous reading, sometimes Spirit doesn't answer the question that I ask. Spirit gives me a different answer. And I think in this case, it's just telling me about the Biden administration and the challenges that he's been facing and kind of the situation in the U.S. Okay? But I want to know about the spiritual meaning of Dark Brandon. That doesn't tell me much about Dark Brandon. Maybe I'll throw a four-carder on Dark Brandon here. What does Dark Brandon mean? Spirit, thank you. Okay, sorry. I need to show appreciation. Thank you for giving me an explanation of the Biden administration and the challenges that he and we have faced with this. What can you tell me about Dark Brandon? That Three of Swords is really how Joe Biden feels about it. He cannot believe just how vicious people have become towards each other in this country, because we've never been that way before. At least not as belligerent as the current situation is. Okay, so Dark Brandon. Can you give me a little spiritual highlights of Dark Brandon? Okay, Dark Brandon's about the mystery. It's about the secrets that are going to be revealed. So, Dark, behind, he's got his sunglasses on and he speaks cryptically. He doesn't just telegraph what he's going to do. He speaks cryptically, which is kind of threatening because you don't know what's going on with Dark Brandon. Joe Biden, you can guess what's going to happen with Joe Biden, but Dark Brandon, he's a different beast altogether. He's kind of he's kind of got a dark side, a double life. And there is the dark side, Is Dark Brandon going to shine the light on something, or is Dark Brandon going to retreat? Probably going to shine the light on something because he shoots frickin' laser beams out of his eyeballs. Dark Brandon's about waking people up in the woke agenda and getting people to rise up and unite. against what might be considered tyranny. Lastly, there we go again. Dark Brandon is about addressing people who are walking away or who are discouraged with the way things are going in this country. You know, again, we've got the moon card that's got the moon blocking the sun, and we've got the moon blocking the sun. So Dark Brandon's about secrets and secret agendas and what's going to be coming that can't be predicted. It's going to cause people to rise up and unite. Things are going to be exposed, and darkness is going to leave. And underneath it all is the Strength card again. I shuffled these things. So, yeah, they're interesting, the overlaps in there with the Eight of Cups and the Strength card. So, again, with the Joe Biden card, you know, just a feeling of betrayal that's gone on. But Dark Brandon is about talking about the seedier side of things, and exposing some secrets and exposing some things that are going on in the background and bringing a light to it. So Biden can be the happy old grandpa type, but that man's got an edge on it, and he's not afraid to use it. So there you go, Dark Brandon. So every time you say, let's go Brandon, remember, Dark Brandon is right around the corner, looking at you through those dark sunglasses. And he's an enigma, and you don't know what he's thinking or what he's going to do. And that's going to frighten you. Thank you for watching.